Hello everybody. So it's been a while since I've done a plan with me. So I'm going to show you my weekly plan inside this gorgeous new Kikki K A5 leather planner. I've got it all set up this month with some things from the digital dash box from Planner Press as usual. I also have some beautiful cloth and paper inserts. I just got a gorgeous new cloth and paper planner, an agenda that covers a disc planner that's half letter size. So I'm going to be doing a setup video or a walkthrough video of that coming up. But I thought I would just quickly flip through how my planner setup turned out for the month of February since I didn't get a chance to fully show it. So you can see I've got a lot of cute dashboards from the Planner Press. I've been mostly using my planner almost every day, but you can see last week I didn't make it all the way through the planning process. So some days are easier than others. But what I do when I first start the planning process for myself is I pull out these 3 pages, which is basically my review for the week before and the planning task pages and the weekly spread for this week. I also have this cute little key that is for my time tracking, and I have these little just dot stickers that I use for that. I have a lot of extra note pages from cloth and paper, and then just kind of flipping through some of the rest of the planner to show how it's set up, including this new dashboard from cloth and paper and yet another one there in the back. So I also have this new A5 notebook from Post-its line of noted stuff that I've been just kind of sticking in the back there. So I've got last week's plan so I can just see if there's anything that needs to come over from that plan. I also have all of my little sticker books and some beautiful new stickers from Paper and Milk that I've been using. And every week I just sort of pick out a new washi tape theme that I want to use for the week. Now I know we're past Valentine's already, but I thought it would be fun to pull out some black and white hearts along with just a skinny washi tape that's purple. You can tell when I'm in a hurry. I don't have a lot of time to plan today, especially since I knew I wanted to do this voiceover. So I am not super precious about making sure that everything lines up just perfectly because it brings me just as much joy to have rough edges and things that aren't exactly lined up. But I know that some people prefer to see things that are exactly lined up. So it just depends on your planning style. In this planner, which is my HB90 planner printable, I always mark first what book I'm working on. So I'm working on The Witch's Door, which is the second book in my Witch's Key series. I will be reading this live on YouTube starting next week. So this week I need to get 21,000 words in so that I can get way ahead on this. As I'm going to be reading the rough draft as I write it, but I want to be several episodes or several weeks ahead of the game. I already have some words, but I want to get another 20,000 words this upcoming week. The other thing that I've been doing lately is on this little extra side here, I have been marking any timed things, like things that have to get done at a certain time, like meetings that I have or online events I want to attend or YouTube lives that I'm doing, my Q&A that I have on Thursdays, because I am in my type of business, since I'm lucky enough to basically work from home, I don't typically have to show up for work from 8 to 5 or anything like that. So I typically make sure that my week on 2 pages just lists out all the things that I need to do for the week. But sometimes the timed things that I need to show up for get lost in the mix. So I've been using this little section of the planner to mark down exactly what time things need to get done. So I started with that as well as any other little important deadlines that are coming up for the week. Now, in my planner, this is probably one of the most important pages in the whole system and the whole planner. Sorry, you're probably going to hear the baby out there as well. So in this section of the planner, I have 3 goals for every quarter. And in this part, I have goal 1, 2, and 3, and there's a column for each goal. So I sit there and I plan out the tasks and projects that I'm going to work on this week. Instead of figuring out when I'm going to do them, I figure out what things I want to accomplish. Then on the next page, which is my week on 2 pages, of course, I plan out when I'm actually going to do it. Now, sometimes this does involve me realizing that I don't have time to get everything done that I wanted to get done. So in that case, I will go and white some things out, or I will just leave it on there in case I have extra time. But for me, back when I used to just plan out my week, when I would not figure out my tasks, I would just start planning, okay, from this time to this time I'm going to write, or from this time on Monday I'm going to start working on these random tasks. I just wasn't super focused, and I found that I was end up spending a lot of time on things that really didn't move me forward or have a purpose. And I sort of wandered around my schedule aimlessly. So this task sheet here, where I can list out the 3 goals and every task that I know needs to get done this week, is kind of like my lifeline throughout the week. And this is my most referenced page in my planner other than my daily plan. So this is an important part of the process. Now, I know for some people it seems a little bit redundant to write out all of these tasks and then write them again on the week on 2 pages. So, if that system doesn't work for you, that's fine. But for me, it always works out better to have a full list of the tasks I want to achieve, and then a separate list of when I plan to achieve those tasks. And for me, for some reason, that just works better for my brain. So you can see I've got a lot of stuff planned for this week. It's going to be a pretty busy week, but really this whole quarter has been pretty busy. So I'm working on The Witch's Door. I also have live YouTube videos going on my Sarra Cannon channel on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays now. I have my wiki and some stuff in Notion that I've been working on, and I've got some other little tasks there with my Sarra Cannon career, like I want to send out a newsletter and some other things there. For HB90 or for heart breathings, I'm getting ready to officially open up the HB90 course that will start on March 13th or 14th, whatever that Sunday is. So I've got a lot of little behind the scenes things that Janet and I are going to be working on this week, like setting up the affiliates and testimonials and all of the Facebook group stuff and things like that. Plus I've got Publish and Thrive running right now, which is we're on module 3 of 5 this week. So there's a weekly Q&A, and I'll also be finalizing the Q2 HB90 planner. Now, don't hold me to this, but if you've been waiting for the Q2 planner, I'm hoping that it will actually come out by March 1st, which is a week from tomorrow. So if you've been waiting for it, I'm going to try to be getting it up a little bit earlier than normal. So hopefully that will go up soon. So fingers crossed. Also, if you are interested in jumping into this next round of HB90, the course is technically open right now, but the Facebook group and the planner and everything else won't be coming out until next weekend. So I'll be sending out a reminder when that is officially open to get started on the coursework. I also, of course, am working on a YouTube series. I think I mentioned this in a couple of videos before this. I'm going to be working on a YouTube series of videos coming up here on this channel that are all about ideas, because this is one of the most common questions that people ask me is, how do you get ideas? How do you know which idea is good enough for a series or big enough for a series? How do you go from your initial brainstorm into actually developing it into a novel and a story? And then how do you take that idea and elongate it or continue on with it through another book and a more series? So I thought, what a great way to have our first official big series of the year on this channel than to talk about ideas and all of those topics. So I think right now it's going to be at least 5 videos, and there will be a workbook that will help you brainstorm ideas, choose ideas, sort through your ideas. And I think it's going to be a really fun subject coming up. So if you're interested in that, make sure you're subscribed and check it out. I know that a lot of people watch the Plan With Me's that are not writers, but if you have ever thought of, you know what, I actually have a few ideas and I think this would be fun to explore how to come up with ideas or how to figure out what ideas to turn into a novel, then you might enjoy this as well. And of course, that workbook will be free for anybody to download in the Heart Breathings resource library. So I just aim to continue to make sure there's a lot of new and fun stuff and helpful stuff going into that resource library. As you can see, as I'm planning the week, I do not do everything linearly. So I don't plan like all of Monday and then all of Tuesday. I tend to just start figuring out where I can fit in all of these tasks that I knew I wanted to get done. So you'll see me marking some things on Thursdays, a few things on Saturday. I try to go ahead and put in all of those timed events. Like I have a Facebook Live I want to attend tomorrow on Monday. That is for my Empowered Tarotista course that I'm taking, and she's doing a breathwork session to talk about breathwork and tarot, and I really want to go to that. And then on Saturday, she's doing a full moon gathering for everybody who's in that Empowered Tarotista group, and that is very important to me. So those are some of the first things that went up on the plan for the week. And then of course, I've got those 4 p.m. YouTube lives on my Sarra Cannon channel. If you're interested actually in hearing me read a book as I'm writing it, reading the rough draft as I'm writing, I will be working or starting that book next Monday to read it. So this week is going to be all about like catching up, a recap, kind of like a last time on the Witch's Key sort of update. And so you are welcome to come join us. We go live at 4 p.m. every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And Fridays are always usually like a coffee chat, just sort of a Q&A. And we talk about writer stuff, but we also talk about witchy stuff and manifesting and tarot cards and just kind of any topic that comes up. And those are always fun. But coming up starting next week, Fridays will be a reading an episode. So not just a full coffee chat, but it should be a lot of fun. So if you want to come join us, that is on my fan channel, which is youtube.com/Sarra Cannon. So I also have put in here a few other things. As you can see, a lot of what I tend to do also is, so I have that little YouTube sticker there, and now I'm writing down everything that I need to work on Wednesday that has to do with this YouTube channel, which is like working on that workbook for the ideas. I'm hoping that I can go ahead and outline those first 5 videos for the ideas series, but I don't know for sure if that ideas series will start this Thursday. I have a feeling it won't start this week, but it'll start next week because it just takes me time to get those workbooks together, and I want to make sure they're a good resource. So this week might just be the cloth and paper planner flip through. So not a writerly video maybe this week. By the way, that cloth and planner, if you want to see, or cloth and paper, sorry, if you want to see it, it's on my Instagram stories, I think, at Heart Breathing's blog. It's absolutely beautiful, and I cannot wait to introduce you to this brand if you are not familiar with cloth and paper. I'm just in love with this new planner setup. And if you're wondering, why are you setting up yet another planner after you have so many? It's because I signed up. This was not on my Q1 plan, but I pushed something else to the side to make room for it. I signed up for a course called the Manifestation Babe Academy. And this is something I have wanted to do for a while, and just really I highly believe in law of attraction and manifesting. And it's really about more than that. It's also about really moving toward your dream life and getting out of your own way and letting go of limiting beliefs and things like that. So I wanted to do this deep inner work, and so I made time for it. I just felt moved to sign up for the class. And when I signed up, I was thinking, this is an expensive, kind of luxurious self-care kind of class, and I want to make sure to have a planner that feels luxurious because there are weekly workbooks that go along with it. So I will introduce you guys to this planner setup, as well as do a review of the cloth and paper leather agenda. So that's probably what you'll see go up on Thursday. And then next week we will start our series on ideas, or I might do next week a review of, or kind of a, I don't know how to say like exactly, but look inside my time tracking planner, because I never showed you my full setup of how I'm using the Erin Condren Daily Duo as a time tracker, along with my time flip and how I'm using time blocks to do a better job with my planning. So that might be next week. I'm not sure. I haven't fully decided, and we will just play it by ear, but hopefully you're here for all of that content, and hopefully all of it will be helpful and interesting to you. But as you can see, I'm trying to make sure to set aside time for writing and plotting and getting these episodes ready to read. Now, an episode of The Witch's Door doesn't necessarily line up exactly with a chapter, because sometimes I'll read a little bit more than a chapter or 2 chapters a day, but I try to aim for about 3,500 words a day as I'm reading. So it's going to be super fun. We did this last year when the lockdown started, and it was supposed to be just a single novella, like a short novella that lasted for a couple of weeks, and it ended up being a full-length 80,000 word novel, and it was awesome and so much fun. And so we're continuing on with book 2, and I cannot wait. So I also have all of those tasks that you can see there on the left on that task sheet have now been pretty much scheduled out for the week, along with, like, I don't put all of our family stuff on these sheets, like every single thing my son is doing, like he starts basketball practice this week, stuff like that doesn't go in this planner, but I sometimes will add if we're playing a certain game or watching a TV show, because I like to remind myself that my self-care and my me time is really important as well. So I just make sure it goes in my work planner so that I can remind myself, don't work all night. You've got to take that time off and you got to take care of yourself. So basically, once that plan is complete, I will put it back into my planner. And there is a weekly review on the opposite side of that task page too that I will work on as soon as this video is up. But there you can see the full plan is finished. But what I also like to do is go ahead and set up my Monday. So if I'm planning on a Sunday, I go ahead the day before and set up what I'm doing the day after. And that way I don't have to spend any time on Monday worrying about what I'm going to do. I also move my tasks down onto my Kanban board into the doing section. And this just helps me stay focused, and it helps me, even if I'm starting slow on a Monday, to just hit the ground running. So you can see I've got those little dots I was talking about earlier. I bought these from a Etsy planner company called Hourglass Sticker Co. And then I kind of took the sheets and arranged them in my own way on Cricut so that I could create these like long sheets of just the dots that I wanted, the colors that I wanted. And I used them for my time tracking system. This is why I really want to do a full video on the time tracking system, because I think some of you might find it helpful. So I use the colors as a color-coded key, and these dots in my daily plan correspond to my sort of time tracking planner, which is more of a done planner. So this planner, this daily plan, is what I intend to do, whereas my time tracking planner is more what I have done already. So there you can see my day for Monday is all planned out and ready to go. And I just mark at the top any other little extra things, like my module 3 for Publish and Thrive starts tomorrow. I have some things I need to pick up at the post office. I'll mark it there. And then I quickly, in that bottom box, will mark what social media I want to have out. And there you have it. That is my full plan for the week. I hope that you enjoyed this little extra video. I did not get a video out this past week because I was too busy and just didn't get a chance. So this is a little extra bonus for a Sunday. And like I said, probably this week will be that cloth and paper review. And then we'll have maybe a time tracking review. And then we'll have an entire series on great ideas for your novels. So I hope that you're excited for all of this, and I hope that you'll subscribe, like this video, and make sure you have your notifications turned on so that you can get notifications when new videos come out from me. Thank you so much for being a part of this community. We will have our HB Notebook Challenge video coming out next week. I don't think I'm going to do it live because it was a bit of a mess, I felt like, but let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that Notebook Challenge live, or if you'd rather see it done just recorded with a voiceover like this. Let me know, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great week.